begins with the governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, alleging that the federal government is using the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission against him because he refused to join the ruling All Progressives Congress. Mohammed made the statement today in Bauchi during the signing of the 2026 appropriation bill into law. The governor declared that one of his commissioners is currently being detained by the EFCC. He also disclosed that the APC-led federal government thinks it can use the courts and institutions of government like the EFCC to persecute and prosecute Nigerians who are not within their own party. According to him, no amount of harassment would force him to join the All Progressives Congress. Meanwhile, alarming threats has forced churches across Adamawa state to abruptly cancel their New Year crossover services, which triggered widespread fear and underscoring Nigeria's worsening security crisis. Christian leaders in the state, under the umbrella of the Christian Association of Nigeria, issued an urgent security advisory on Tuesday, warning of a planned terrorist attack targeting Yobe and other parts of Adamawa during crossover night. The alert, contained in a statement signed by Reverend Dr. Joe Danjuma Manzo, president of the Gongola Baptist Conference and Christian Association of Nigeria, chairman in Adamawa State, disclosed that the warning was based on credible intelligence from the Department of State Services. According to the statement, the terrorists are allegedly planning to unleash violence during crossover celebrations, prompting Khan to direct all churches and Christian organizations to suspend or discontinue crossover night services in the interest of public safety. One person has died, while 87 others sustained injuries in a road accident involving a trailer along the Pechiscom Azare Road in Yobe State. The incident occurred today around 2 p.m. at the Pechiscom entrance roundabout in Pechiscom local government area, where a trailer conveying passengers to the Pechiscom cattle market lost control and overturned. The police public relations officer of the Yobe State Command, SP Dungus Abdukarim, confirmed the incident occurred respondents today. Abdukarim explained that preliminary investigations indicated that the vehicle was overloaded with passengers. He urged motorists and the public to comply with traffic regulations to prevent similar incidents. Survivors said the trailer was carrying nearly 100 passengers from Katamgum local government area of Bauchi State to the popular Pechiscom cattle market when it overturned. One of the victims who spoke with from his hospital bed to correspondents at the scene, whose name is Amir Dauda, said the accident occurred as the vehicle approached Pechiscom town. A suspected Boko Haram suicide bomber, Ibrahim Mohammed, captured by troops of Operation Harding Kai in collaboration with hunters in Yobe State, has revealed chilling details of how he was recruited, paid and deployed to carry out deadly attacks on worshippers in Maiduguri, admitting that he received up to 100,000 naira for suicide bombing missions. Ibrahim, who confessed to involvement in the December 24 suicide bombing at the Gamboru Market Mosque in Maiduguri, said the operation was planned and executed under the directive of Boko Haram commanders operating between Adamawa State and Mandara Mountains. Zagazola quoted him as saying during the interrogation that he came to Maiduguri to plant the bombs in Izala Mosque. They were sent by leaders Adamu and Abubakar, who gave them IEDs, 2 to be precise, to plant in the mosque. The suspect disclosed that suicide bombing had become a paid assignment within the terror network. The Gamboru Market Mosque attack claimed 5 lives, left 32 worshippers injured, plunging Maiduguri town into confusion during the festive period. Narrating how the attack was executed, Ibrahim said the operators exploited periods when mosques were empty to plant the explosive devices. According to him, the devices were coupled and timed ahead of the Maghrib prayers. He also said that after the first rakat, they detonated the bomb, set the timing for 5 minutes. Shortly after, he ran to the market area. Now, no fewer than 6 passengers have been confirmed dead, 4 rescued following a boat accident that occurred along the Niger Dock access of the Igbologun Water Channel in Lagos State. Announced the statement today, jointly signed by the head of the Public Affairs Unit of the Lagos State Waterways Authority, Wurola Alake, and the head of the Corporate Affairs Unit of the Lagos Area Office of the National Inland Waterways Authority, Omowumi Yusuf. The agencies explained that a boat accident involving a Savi Marine passenger boat occurred on Tuesday at approximately 8:35 p.m. along the Niger Dock axis of the Bologun Water Channel. According to the Waterways authorities, the boat was en route from the Elisha Beach House at the time of the incident. The agencies emphasized that upon receiving a distress alert, they immediately activated their search and rescue teams, which responded promptly, worked closely in collaboration with the Marine Police and other first responders. The statement further emphasized that preliminary findings indicated the incident may have been caused by collision with a submerged object. It added that further investigations are still ongoing to fully ascertain the cause of the mishap. Onto the political scene, Abia South Senator Aina Abaribe has topped the All Progressives Congress Grand Alliance (APGA) for the African Democratic Congress. Abaribe made the announcement today in Enugu shortly after the former Labour Party presidential candidate in the last general elections in 2023, Mr. Peter Obi, formally joined the ADC. Abaribe had joined APGA in 2023 after leaving his previous party to contest the Abia South senatorial seat. The lawmaker declared his full alignment with the ADC, describing Peter Obi as his political leader. Meanwhile, Peter Obi as well has defected to the African Democratic Congress, or fully a member of the African Democratic Congress. Obi, who was also a former governor of Anambra State, urged Nigerians and the opposition and forces to unite under a broad national coalition to rescue Nigeria from poverty, disunity, and democratic decline. He used the opportunity to throw a jibe at President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's certifications, the INEC, as well as the Judiciary. Let's take a listen to this.
So we are ending this year with a hope that in 2026 we will begin a journey of rescue of our country. For proper socio-economic development that will be unifying and inclusive. We have all watched those who benefited from our democracy sometime now become accessories to destroying our democracy, either through coercion and gangsterism against the opposition. We cannot allow this to happen. We will resist it. We've not seen people who benefited in our democracy be part of celebrating electoral fraud publicly. And we are saying that those who are planning to rig election in Nigeria come 2027, we will resist it by every means lawful and legitimate. And we're urging this happen because we have weak institutions like INEC, which we are urging them in the coming election. We must do whatever it is to follow the rules and the regulation, starting by educational qualification for eligibility to sit for any election. We can no longer be where they're asking whether this person went to school or not. We have 1 year now to determine who went to school and who didn't go to school. We have 1 year now for people to tell us the school they attended. And when they left those schools, we don't want it to be something we go to court after election. They say it's pre-election matter. We have pre-election situation now to verify everybody who wants to contest the election for Nigeria. And we must follow that. Our commitment is about Nigeria. In all my touring and everything, we are committed to a better Nigeria, and we found all the studies that we have followed religiously, and I'm going to mention a few. Like I said, following that, you've listened where somebody who won a Nobel Peace Prize said that Nigeria knows what to do to prosper. the 2024 Nobel Peace Prize winner in economics, said Nigeria knows what to do to prosper, but refuses to do it. Professor James Robinson of Chicago University. I spent 3 hours with him in Chicago University to listen about what he has to say. It all boils down to unity, competent leadership that have capacity, have commitment and compassion to change the socio-economic of the country. That is what we are lacking. And that's what we need to change. What they did is not rocket science. It can be done here and we'll get the same result. It is not rocket science. I've studied it, I've followed it all over. One thing that is common about all these leaders is that they build consensus of their people. And how did they do it? By being honest to them and telling them the truth. A leader must speak the truth. A leader must be trusted. A leader cannot be part of telling people one thing and doing the opposite. You must do the same thing. If you must ask people to fast, you should not feast. Whatever you tell the people to do, the leader must show it. We can no longer sit in a country where our leaders tell us lie. We cannot. They are truthful people. They live a life of just. And that is what is lacking here. We have a situation where we said we are fighting corruption, but we have monumental corruption in front of us. We have a situation where we have closed our shop, chasing thieves, and allowing other people to pack whatever remains in the shop away. We borrowed more money than we have ever borrowed. We saved all the money we are supposed to save, and yet our people are dying of hunger. There's insecurity. Nigeria has never seen this level of insecurity. We have never seen this level of hunger. We have never seen this level of division, where our country is so divided that we are at point of hating each other. I have traveled all over the place. And my appeal to all of us, to those who are visiting us, that we must come together united to be able to fight this. We can no longer allow those by dividing us. We can no longer allow those who live by making us poor. Nigeria is not a poor country. We are looted into poverty, and we must stop that looting. Nigerians are not lazy people. We've been betrayed. Nigeria, we can no longer continue rewarding criminals. We can no longer allow normalizing what is not normal. We must then change it. And to change it, we must come with unity of purpose. We are now talking about tax regime. How can you, everybody who knows about fiscal policy knows that a tax is a social contract. A social contract that when you empower your people, they become more productive and they pay you more tax. How can you tax people who are unemployed? We have 130 million people living in multidimensional poverty. We have 80 million Nigerians, young Nigerians who are unemployed, and you're talking about tax. You can't grow revenue when people are starving. You cannot grow revenue by throwing people into poverty. You must grow revenue. It's a bank account. You must pay in before withdrawal. These people are withdrawing without paying anything in. That must stop. And all of us here have a destiny to be part of that. To be part of that challenge. That's why we're here. We can't just say we are joining party. Why are we joining party?
All right, that was quite a lengthy talk today when Peter Obi was addressing the Southeast leaders and a couple of other faithfuls who intend to defect to the ADC earlier on today. Peter Obi called out the criminality in government and said that the ADC would do something different that is beyond expectations. Meanwhile, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has described the entry of Peter Obi into the ADC as a significant moment in the history of political coalitions in Nigeria. On a statement on X today, Atiku said Obi's declaration of the ADC marked the beginning of a renewed effort to build a viral opposition. He says, "It is my pleasure to welcome him officially as we look forward to a robust working relationship that will foster a viral opposition, one that will ultimately form a government of capable and bringing prosperity and peace to our people." Today marks a significant moment in the history of political coalitions in our country with the official declaration of my brother and associate Peter Obi into the African Democratic Congress. End quote. Atiku said the ADC coalition movement is gathering momentum across the country, especially ahead of the 2027 general elections. Meanwhile, the Julius Aburi-led faction of the Labour Party says it has been liberated following the defection of Peter Obi from the party. It also apologized to Nigerians for feuding Obi as its presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections. The factional national publicity secretary of the party, Obiora Ifo, tendered this apology in a statement today, describing Obi as unfitting. The factional Labour Party was reacting to the defection of Obi into the African Democratic Congress on Wednesday in Enugu. It expressed surprise why it took Obi so long to leave the party for the ADC, stressing that the party has since September 2024 parted ways with the former presidential candidate and some of his supporters in the National Assembly. Ifo said he listened to the speech Mr. Obi made at the occasion of the defection and wondered what new thing he intends to sell to Nigerians. It's time for analysis segment where I'm joined via the telephone with Barrister Darlington Agumwa to briefly react to some stories read out on the World News at 6. Barrister Darlington Agumwa is a political, national and social affairs commentator. He'll be giving us his own perspective to some of the issues that transpired today. Barrister Darlington, good evening. How are you?
I'm okay, sir. You?
I'm fine.
Good.
So, Barrister Elephant in the room, after so much speculation and so much talk, Peter Obi has finally fully joined the ADC. He has maintained that he was part of the coalition from the first day the conversation about the coalition was formed, so he has always been part of it. But now he has joined. Senator Abaribe and a couple of other senators as well who were in either APGA or Labour Party joined today in Enugu. We saw persons like Aminu Tambuwal and a couple of other bigwigs who actually joined him. And there was something that was quite noticeable today. Peter Obi brought the elders of the Southeast. Now, I recall that on several occasions on this platform, Barrister Darlington, you've always said that Peter Obi should go meet the Southeast leaders, speak with them and do the needful. Let him carry them along, and that was precisely what transpired today. How do you see this scenario unfolding? Because there are mixed reactions about it.
Esther, I thank God all of us witnessed today. I wanted to hear what Peter Obi had to tell us about the delay. That is what I want to hear. Because all this while we were saying it, there is nothing I did not hear, Esther. Some people who don't know these things told Obi, as long as Atiku is in ADC, don't go there. Don't go there. Don't go to ADC. If you enter ADC, we will leave you. Esther, is that not what they told him? Now that the Peter Obi has entered the ADC, what will now happen, Esther? Do you know what has been lost all this while that Peter Obi was delaying? He lost Anambra, his own state. He lost Edo and he lost Ondo. All because of indecision.
Do you think it was indecision or he was coalescing? He was also trying to take his time to make an adequate decision. There had been talks that
leave all this in your so what was the delay now? Eventually he entered the ADC. Which one they are taking time? These other people that entered
he has always been in ADC, Barrister. He didn't just enter, he has always been there. He clarified that.
Hold he enter, why did he make declaration today? That's the question. Why did he make this declaration today? Why did he make it the first time? So that his followers will know who to follow and where to go. That's my question.
He was making sure that the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted. I mean, it's part of the negotiation.
Please stop all this thing you are saying. Please stop. Look, nothing like there was no need for the delay. That's what I'm saying. A lot of things was lost in this delay. And these other people that went into ADC and all that from the beginning, so they don't know what to do, Abi. What exactly was the delay? That's my question. I wanted to hear. Because people were telling us it is a strategy, it is this and
Barrister,
that.
consultations were ongoing. He needed to make sure about his food. Consultations were ongoing. The PDP was approaching him. Even some persons in the APC too approached him to work together with them.
Esther,
Sir?
please listen. For a good politician should know where his bread is buttered. I told you from the beginning that it is ADC, Atiku and Obi. Eventually it happened.
Barrister, you can't say eventually it happened. Atiku and Obi is not vicing anybody. He's running. He never said he's vicing anybody. And he said nobody has told him that.
He's going into ADC, Esther.
As a presidential candidate, not to be a vice.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are they choosing their candidate? Are they choosing?
That we're based on what he has said. That's his clarification.
They are choosing, Esther. Look, Esther.
Barrister, they are not choosing candidates. They are going to run an open primary.
He cannot choose for ADC. He cannot. It is ADC that will decide who is their presidential candidate.
Barrister, there's going to be an open primary. Nobody is. It's not a closed.
So why not wait until that time now?
Before he declares, how would you be part of the primary? Barrister, calm down. Barrister, how would you be part of a primary if you do not join fully as a member? It is only a member that can contest on that platform.
Hold on. Look, I will advise him to stop talking too much. He cannot choose himself. It is ADC that will choose him.
Barrister, nobody is saying he's choosing himself. It will be, there's a process. He's joined now as a full member. He's aspiring as a presidential candidate. When the primaries are open, he is going as a presidential candidate. Whatever turns out of that primary, then fine, we'll begin to discuss it. Anybody who wins from the primary. If it is going to be a close consensus, you said?
You are jumping the gun. He
Okay.
didn't tell you in that speech, in that declaration, that he's going in as a presidential candidate.
Barrister, on Sunday, he said so. He clarified that on
God
Sunday.
Almighty. Esther, why not listen to me?
I am listening to you. I just want to correct some of the things you're saying.
Hold on. Today that he declared, did he say he was going into ADC as a presidential candidate?
Yes, he's a member now. Barrister, it's quite a lengthy one.
Listen, Esther, listen. I will ask you to do this analysis. So I'm not joking.
I'm not analyzing. You're asking questions. We need to get things clarified and
Hold
not.
on. You are interjecting unnecessarily. Today that he declared as a member of ADC, did you hear that he is going in as a presidential candidate?
Barrister, yes, he's going in to aspire as one of the presidential candidates.
God. You hear such a thing?
He said so, Barrister. He said so.
That he's going in as a presidential candidate, Abi. He said so. You heard it from him. Esther, you can see how you people mix things up.
Nobody's mixing anything up, Barrister. It was a lengthy speech. I didn't play all the speech he said.
He said that he's going in as a member of ADC. ADC have not chosen their presidential candidate as of today. So why are you jumping the gun, Esther?
I am not jumping the gun, Barrister. I am saying that.
Wait until the time comes. Please. I don't want to go into all this discussion. Until the time comes. And let the ADC decide who is their presidential candidate. Then that time we can do the analysis.
Barrister, there is nothing like jumping the gun. Today, let's get things right, Barrister. We're not arguing about this, and I'm not unnecessarily interjecting. We need to make sure that the conversation and information we're passing across is clear. All right, Barrister. On Sunday, Mr. Peter B said. Can you just hold on? No, Barrister, please. Listen, Barrister Darlington. Please, do not shut me up. Do not shut me up. Kindly listen. On Sunday, he said he is vying as a president. Today, he has joined as a full member and he's running as a presidential candidate. It was a lengthy speech. Yes, it was a lengthy speech. It was a lengthy speech, Barrister. Go and listen to the entire speech. I didn't play everything because of time.
I'm asking you.
He said so, Barrister. He said so.
Is it Obi that will choose himself for ADC, or ADC will tell the whole world that this is our presidential candidate? Please tell me. Your talk.
Barrister, there's a difference between somebody running and when they decide to choose. After the primary, whoever wins will be chosen. For now, he's running as a presidential candidate on the platform of the ADC. Who is choosing who?
Okay, that's what he declared today, Abi. Then let us wait until after the primary, until after the ADC now tell us that this is their presidential candidate. Is that not fair enough?
All right, Barrister.
Is that not fair enough? No, is that not fair enough? What do you want me to say again? Let us wait until ADC now say this is our presidential candidate. We are choosing some person. Is that not true? So what do you want me to say again?
All right, Barrister Darlington, thank you very much. We actually have a program coming up.
Let's wait.
All right, that was Barrister Darlington Agumo. We tried to get objective and clarified processing when it comes to the information that we put out here, and that was basically what I was trying to clarify with Barrister Darlington. But just before we go, let's look at stories outside the shores of Nigeria. Countries in Asia are already celebrating the new year with drones lighting up Bangkok skies and drums thundering in Beijing. Earlier, Sydney put on a spectacular firework display, although correspondents say it was tempered with sadness following the Bondi beach attack earlier this month. Kiribati was first to enter the new year. One couple there was disclosed as those celebrating the new year. Meanwhile, UK and other members already seen in the new year in Samoa, and obviously other Americans looking up and expecting the new 2026. In Nigeria as well, churches are gearing up for the crossover night in a few hours to celebrate 2026. My name is Esther Wachko. That's a wrap on the world news at 6. I'll be seeing you at 7 o'clock for the evening rush. Up next is Born to Leave. To kindly stay with us.